Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. I was not planning on doing this video because I was not planning on going to record store today because nothing was jumping off the list. And then my wife says, hey, you want to go to record store today? And I just couldn't resist. So I said yes. So we are here in Orlando at Rock and Roll Heaven, one of my favorite record shops. Let's see what they got. Now it's much later in the day. It's like 5 p.m. They opened at like 9, so they may not have anything left. But it's worth it to me to avoid the crowds. Okay, so we are in. The selection here is just off the chain, like absolutely insane. So I'm glad to have an excuse to come back here anyway, even if it's not for record store day. So we're just gonna see what we can see. Check out the wares, maybe find a record store release. Look at this stuff up here, this is what. It's like antique store stuff in addition to the records, but there's some cool records on display as well. They've got toys, tons of 45s. I mean, like an insane amount of 45s. So I'll definitely be checking out my favorites in addition to the record store day stuff. Posters as well. For you Kiss fans, kinds of Kiss stuff. Pins, buttons, DVDs, you name it. It looks like here's the record store day releases. Let's see what we can find. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How was business today?
I like your shirt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very good.
Good?
Yeah.
Awesome. So up to this point in the video, I was doing a pretty good job of just narrating what I was seeing, but for some reason I went silent when I started digging. I guess I got a one-track mind. I got to focus on what I was looking at. So a little bit of a voice over here, and then we'll resume. There's that Zoetrope record, or one of them. I need to get one of those one of these days. There was, I think, a George Harrison Zoetrope record, which basically means that it's a picture disc, but it animates. Anyway, so we'll get back to the live voice over here in a minute. And this was a big surprise. You'll see that I did score something here. I was looking, number one record I was looking for was an Ernest Tubb record. And this Remy Wolf record was kind of cool. I like one of the songs that she's done in the past, but it's not on this record. Anyway, and then there was a record by Nat King Cole, and those were kind of the top thing. There was also a Birds and Monkeys record that looked okay. Always up for some jazz, so I checked this out. But there wasn't a whole lot on the list. I almost didn't even go, like I said, and I really wasn't planning on it until my wife said, hey, do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I will never turn that down. I will never turn that down. So there was a lot of repeats here. Oh, there was that Monkeys. I didn't even notice, and I'm editing it, I can see it, but I didn't notice in the moment that I just flipped past it. That's funny. But there was a lot of repeats here, and, I know it's picked over at this point in the day. It's, in the evening, they're about to close, so you're not sure, what you're going to get, if you're going to get anything. So I was happy to find something here. This Donna Summer record, very nostalgic. My parents played Donna Summer when I was a kid, but the song that I like best, again, was not on that record, so I passed it up. Again, I don't want to bulk up on record store day releases. They are pricey. I think, $28, $29 is about the cheapest you're going to find anything. There was also a bunch of Beatles stuff released this year, some 3-inch records and an exclusive Crosley 3-inch record player. But I know that they were really, really printed in small quantities, so much so that my understanding was they were nearly impossible to get. B, I forgot to even ask while I was at the store. I didn't see them on display. So just flipped through some records here, hoping for, something that would pique my interest. And I thought that, maybe you guys like to flip along with me. So here we go. Definitely cool to see some picture discs and some other novelties. I love a good novelty record. It should be fun. You know what I mean? Colored records, picture discs, Zoetrope records are even better. Things of that nature, but even the exclusivity of the other pressings is fun because there it is. So that was my number one record that I wanted to find. I was so glad to find it. What I was going to say is even the limited quantities of the other records was a very, very cool thing. Just knowing that these are exclusive and it's about the thrill of the hunt. You don't know if you're going to find what you're looking for, and that's what really makes it fun. It spices it up and makes it a challenge because you don't know if you're going to be successful. So when you are, it's that much more fun and that much more special. By the way, I definitely want to know down in the comments below if you guys went to Record Store Day, what you were looking for, if you found it, all of that good stuff. Also, Was there anything I passed up here that you're like, hey, Record-ology, how could you pass up that record? How could you do that? I might have been tempted to get that Birds and Monkeys record, but anyway, I didn't do it. All right, score. We found something that we were looking for. One of the few records I was actually interested in, so I was very thankful for that. Meanwhile, I want to check some of the other stuff. While we're here, might as well, right? 8 tracks, a lot of Beach Boys. Well, it's like a whole Beach Boys collection. And yes, I will be looking for Patsy Cline stuff. I always do. Not sure what I'll find. Cool, it's like a swing era collection, big collection. And I've got one of these Peaches cassette cases. These are really cool. The bigger ones, I've never seen these bigger crates. Also, I've never been in this, it's like a room back here that I've never been to. Back in here, let's see what we got. Wow, this place is so massive, dude. Just so massive. Yeah, look at this. Records as far as the eye can see. This is like one of the best like selection of any record shop in this area I've ever seen. Very, very cool. I happen to know there's some Patsy Cline over here, I believe, so let's see if I can find it again. They did have a few, but either I have them or they're just like kind of like third-party re-releases that I don't really need. I have a bunch of those already, so I'm gonna leave those behind again. That's what I thought last time I looked. Remember these? It's cool to see a bunch in one place. Man, there's just so many CDs everywhere. CDs. Well, check this out. It's a Return of the Jedi. I don't know if it's a shaped CD or just a transparent one, but that's kind of bizarre. This is another very cool find. Best recordings of the Glenn Miller Civilian Orchestra ever made. They were recorded into optical format by Fox for these movies. The best that the Civilian Band ever sounded. I have another version of this. There's a Kritzerland version, which is a newly mastered version that I'm looking for. Until I find that, I probably wouldn't pick up another copy. Okay, that went really, really well. Not only did I find these two things, Little Mermaid CD and the Ernest Tubb record, but I got chatting with, I believe, one of the owners, very nice gentleman, who said this is the only copy they got of Ernest Tubb. So it was meant to be, and I'm so thankful to have it. And another gentleman who was customer #1 when this store opened up decades ago, and he and I chatted for a long time and was telling me about how special this music is to him, and we just really hit it off and got to talking. It was fun. It was, you know, you can't do that with streaming. You can't do that with streaming. So it was a late record store day for me, but it was a very successful one. And I hope you guys had a great day, whatever you did. Thanks for watching. Happy record hunting. See you next time.